The return of Kawaki. Just like I said in my last video, there's only one thing that can help Boruto now: his stepbrother's new power. In the latest chapter, we learn something huge. Kashin Koji can see the future thanks to his ability called omnidirection. These visions come to him almost like fragments of a story draft, like he's watching the Boruto universe unfold as if it were a written script. Once again, this hints that the world of Boruto might be one big matrix. I've actually already made a full video on this theory. You'll find the link in the description. Koji sees the future when something important happens, and because Boruto finally shared the truth with Kawaki about his power, it led to a major conversation with Amado, ending in a new pact between them. Throughout the chapter, Boruto is doing his best to take down Jura. He tries techniques he's mastered, but none of it works. Against the Ten Tails' new form, it's just not enough. In the end, like Koji predicted, Boruto loses the fight. But for me, a few key moments really stood out. First, Jura nearly broke Sasuke's katana. Even after passing out, Boruto clung to that sword with all his strength. It shows just how much Sasuke means to him, that katana isn't just a weapon, it's a symbol of their bond. A precious treasure. Boruto has always looked up to Sasuke, and when the entire world turned on him, Sasuke was the one who stayed, who saw him as a student, not an enemy. That forged a connection between them that's unbreakable. Second, Jura's regeneration, or the lack of it. When Boruto blew off his leg, it didn't grow back. That gives us insight into how the Shinju works. In previous chapters, we saw that for these Ten Tails clones to heal, they have to return to their original dimension, where the tree's roots slowly restore them. This reveals two important things. First, the tree roots are the core body of the Ten Tails. Second, the true consciousness behind it all is Jura, since he seems to be the one controlling that entire dimension. Third, and maybe the most important moment, Koji's vision. After Boruto is defeated and Jura tries to finish him off, Jiraiya's clone sees several events from the future. We see Jura clutching his right eye, as if it was destroyed. Then the vision quickly cuts to Himawari, Hidari, Sarada, and I think Inojin, whose face looks injured, possibly scarred. There's also a glimpse of Mamushi, and it's implied all of these events are going to happen soon. Jura's eye injury happens almost immediately. Right as he's about to kill Boruto, Kawaki shows up and impales Jura's head with a black metallic spear, the same type Jigen once used against Naruto and Sasuke. This moment isn't just about Kawaki's entrance. It reveals that he's finally unleashed his full potential. It also gives us hints about the future plot. It's now more likely than ever that Sarada will battle Hidari. This was already obvious, but now we have confirmation. Mamushi might make a move on Ida, attempting to take her out. Inojin, based on what we saw, might throw himself in harm's way to protect Himawari, possibly losing an eye in the process. This might be the start of a new romantic subplot between them, and if so, their future children could inherit not just the Byakugan, but also the abilities to penetrate minds. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure, but personally, I can't wait to see Himawari's power in action. One creepy little detail: when Koji activates his omnidirection ability, his eyes roll upward, adding a chilling touch. And now, the most hyped part, Kawaki's return. He showed up at the perfect moment, and just like I predicted, he got his payback on Jura, who had knocked him out cold with one hit back in Konoha. Kawaki's outfit has changed. It now looks a lot more like his design from the first episode, though it's still not quite complete. The fact that he's now using a metal staff, just like Jigen, shows us that Kawaki has fully unlocked his combat potential. Thanks to his karma, he can now fight with Isshiki's techniques, the same style we saw when Isshiki was inside Jigen's body. This experience has made Kawaki far more deadly in battle. He shreds Jura with black rods, but they don't do much. It seems like Jura doesn't feel pain. Kawaki quickly realizes that this won't be enough, so he drops down to Boruto's side and says he's ready to use karma again, but warns that if Momoshiki takes over, he won't hesitate to kill him. And here's the last important detail. When karma is activated, there's a resonance. Boruto grabs his own arm, hinting that something deeper is happening inside. It's likely going to play a huge role in the chapters to come. A lot has already happened in the story, major events that are clearly setting the stage for what's coming next. But there's still one big question left unanswered. What's going on with Momoshiki? That detail hasn't been revealed yet, and it raises a possibility, even if a small one. Momoshiki might show up in the middle of this battle. Now, the odds of that happening are pretty low, but they're not zero, and if he does appear, we might finally see how frustrated Momoshiki really is, how annoyed he's become with the fact that he still can't fully take control of Boruto. But that doesn't necessarily mean he'll possess Boruto's body. His return might happen in another way, like time freezing again, just like before. In that space between seconds, Momoshiki could offer Boruto a little help, allow him to use his power without fear to stop the Ten Tails. I truly believe the Otsutsuki clan has encountered this type of evolution before. They probably know just how dangerous it is. I mean, there's a reason the clan has a title called Tree Guardian, right? That's exactly what Kaguya was. Her role was to watch over the Ten Tails, to make sure it didn't go beyond control. But here's the real kicker. Who in the world could actually hurt the Ten Tails? The answer is simple: no one. But evolution? Now that could change everything. And maybe that's why the Tree Guardians even exist, to prevent the Ten Tails from evolving in the first place. That's why I believe Momoshiki has to show up. Plus, Kawaki might be able to see him. It's happened before. Thanks to his unique power, Kawaki once saw Momoshiki standing behind Boruto during a key moment, so it's totally possible it could happen again. And honestly, it'd be pretty funny if it turns out that Momoshiki had just been watching the main character's behavior all these years and will play the role of Boruto, and we will all think that he is the main character. Now, as exciting as Kawaki's return was, I've got to admit, I'm even more intrigued by something else, the Thorn Soul. I'm really curious if Mitsuki and his team will be able to transfer it to Shinki, and if they do, what's going to happen to him afterward? Will he gain new abilities? Will his mind start to shift in some way? According to what the author has hinted at, the Thorn Soul represents the true inner self of a shinobi, a hidden version of their own personality, something no one else sees. From what I understand, it could be either a person's dark side, or maybe just a version of themselves that's completely free from emotions or worries. So, if Mitsuki's team succeeds in passing the Thorn Soul to Shinki, we'll finally get answers to all of these questions. And honestly, I really hope they pull it off. And they should succeed since Delta showed up. And let's be honest, she's way stronger than Konohamaru. They should have just sent her from the beginning instead of him. But hey, that's just me being salty. Konohamaru's been letting me down for a while now. If you guys are interested, I can make a full breakdown of this chapter later on, where I dive even deeper into all the key moments. But for now, I really want to hear your thoughts. What do you expect from the next chapter? What stood out to you the most in this one? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.